What's up, guys? My name's Section from the Deviants, and today we're going to be reacting to Classroom of the Elite Season 1, Episode 5. So in the previous episodes, we dealt with saving Pseudo from getting expelled due to grades. They had a party. We learned the short hair girl's like anger issues. And with all that fun stuff happening, yet again, Pseudo is underneath this scrutiny and he might get expelled for it. Basically, 3 people from Class C, or who are also on the basketball team, are saying that Pseudo fought them and beat them all up. Now, of course, Pseudo is not denying it, but he's saying that he acted in self-defense. And everyone from Class D, it doesn't matter, right? They are basically trying to get the word out so that they could find someone who's seen anything, so that it could kind of clear Pseudo's name. And they landed on this girl named Sakura, who is in their class, and they're trying to get her to speak, but she doesn't want to speak for some reason, so they probably need to figure that out. And that's about where we're at. So without further ado, let's get straight on into it. Make sure to support the original content as always. All right, let's get going in 3, 2, 1, and go. L'inversis Andres. Outres.
American anthropologist Edward Hall divided the concept of personal space into 4 general zones. He named one of these the intimate space zone. Some people seem to enter into everyone's close phase easily. Kushida's one of those. Even if she enters someone's close phase, she manages not to trigger an aversive reaction.
I think it's the voice.
For some unknown reason, she ran away from her. She couldn't even look her in the eye.
She's embarrassed.
Why does she fear contact with others?
I mean, who doesn't?
I'm so sorry. You two are very kind to agree to come with me for this.
No, this whole thing is my fault. I'm the one who owes you an apology for breaking your camera.
I understand that part. But why did I have to come?
I need you too.
For what? What skill does he actively express that she needs?
Do you have a warranty with you? Should be covered.
You did remember to bring it with you, right?
You could have the broken part, replaced completely free of charge.
Is that camera on?
Do you know how long the repairs will take?
2 or 3 days max, I think, but don't quote.
Why the heck would you want to record that angle?
Fill out your name here, home address, and your cell phone number.
Oh no, stop. Oh gosh, no, don't tilt your head sideways. Oh no.
Let me do it. When the repairs are complete, please contact me instead of Sakura.
What? I guess we can do that this time.
The clerk is pissed.
Thank you very much for coming to my aid.
No problem. It was the least I could do to atone. We're the same age. You don't have to speak to us so formally. I'd like to think we're friends.
Yeah, makes sense.
Who knows? Maybe she's younger.
I'll be back in a bit. I'm gonna go freshen up.
Or punch a light post.
What do you think I should do?
This camera
I
angle.
can't figure out what would be best for everyone.
The best thing would be to do what you want.
That does not help her make a decision.
Why are you talking to me about this?
Your eyes. There's nothing scary in them.
His eyes always has that 1,000-yard stare.
I can tell that she's grateful, but she doesn't seem to fully trust Kushida. Maybe she's more perceptive than most.
But usually the ones who don't speak are the ones who listen.
Don't do it for Pseudo. You should trust your instincts and testify for your sake alone.
You mean do the right thing for me?
Sorry for taking so long in there. Hey, would you mind terribly if I swung by your room a little later tonight?
Yes, I would mind. Please do not do that. I am scared of her.
What's this about?
I found some stuff online that I thought you might be interested to see. Does this girl look familiar to you?
Oh, that's Sakura. How'd you find those photos? What were you looking up?
Ayana Koji, are you sure you're not trying to hide anything from me?
Oh,
For real?
of course he is.
Class D.
It's crazy how the president looks like Ida,
wrong?
but sounds like
Did you
Todoroki.
spend your entire day off with Kushida?
What's the matter with you?
What do you mean, what's the matter?
Well, you are epitomizing that face at the moment.
Really? And what do you mean by that face?
The condescending one.
You hesitate when I ask for a favor, but when Kushida does, you gladly jump for her. I'm analyzing rationally and precisely what factors account for the disparity.
Is that a weird way of saying you're jealous?
Council has decided on the time of Pseudo's arbitration hearing.
When is it?
8 in the morning.
It's today after school.
Give us no time.
I will preside today as student council secretary.
The student council
Okay.
president attending arbitration over a little brawl such as this one? I never dreamed I would see this day.
My extremely busy schedule often prevents me from being present at proceedings I would prefer to join.
The president speaks like he's on the same level as the teachers.
Komiya et al. You allege that Pseudo summoned you to the special annex last Tuesday where he then attacked you. Pseudo denies your claim. He insists that Komiya summoned him to the annex. We can be certain of only one thing. Pseudo attacked and injured you three.
I'll admit that I beat them up, but these jerks are the real attackers!
Gosh dang it, Pseudo. You are not helping out your case.
Judging by the severity of the plaintiff's conditions, it's clear that the violence was one-sided. I believe this is sufficient evidence to allow me to make my decision.
That is not sufficient evidence.
And the plaintiff's physical condition supports the...
Stop it!
If you don't start fighting now, we're going to lose this case.
Before we break, I would like to question the witnesses. The first question, what were the circumstances under which Pseudo summoned you? And what was your reasoning for bringing Ishizaki with you to the special annex? He's not on the basketball team as far as I know.
I brought him because I wanted extra protection.
Protection? If I understand, you claim you brought Ishizaki as a bodyguard because of his reputation as a fighter.
Yeah, I did it to protect myself. He only beat us because we didn't want to get into a fight.
If you didn't want to fight, why would you go knowing Pseudo's propensities? And if you weren't fighting back, how would all three of you end up with such severe injuries?
Welcome, miss. Would you state your name for the record?
Yes. Ida
Okay, so
Sakura.
if she doesn't have any like physical evidence, I feel like her being in Class D is something that Class C can use to kind of like void her response.
I have real proof. I saw
You?
the fight. I'll prove it.
You are only digging yourselves a deeper hole.
Here it is. I was there that afternoon, looking for a place to take pictures. I don't like to take them around people, and I knew the annex would be empty. The photo is dated, too.
This photo is sufficient proof after all.
You just happen to take a photo like that? You saw the fight and you're just like, this is perfect. The lighting is great.
It seems that you were indeed present in the special annex on the day in question. But your photo still does nothing to prove that Pseudo didn't start the fight. Despite the evidence you provided, you still don't have any definitive proof.
Neither
However,
do you.
It appears that Class C may indeed bear some responsibility in this debacle.
Some.
I recommend a 2-week suspension for Pseudo, and a 1-week suspension for the Class C students.
Sakura, you did everything you could.
To be fair, you probably kept them from getting expelled, so.
This is my final word. Pseudo has a problem. I think he contributed to this ultimately, even if he's not the one who threw the first punch. He has no sense of how he affects others. Actions have consequences, but he doesn't see that.
Whose side are you on?
In regards to the incident we're discussing right now, that's different. I truly believe Pseudo is free of all guilt in the matter.
We've been victimized by him. He's guilty.
You shut your mouth, jerk!
Guilty.
All of you know it.
This hearing was a waste of everyone's time. I'm appalled at the pathetic behavior on display right now. Nothing can be settled unless the liars come forward. I will announce my decision tomorrow at 4 o'clock. If I receive no amended statements, as in admission of guilt, nor proof of your opponent's guilt by then, I will be putting expulsion on the table as well.
Never mind, I guess expulsion is still on the table. Hey,
Why are you two still here?
just hanging
When
out.
you showed up with Suzune today, I assumed you had a strategy. If you can't provide evidence to corroborate your claims, they're nothing but lies, and your mask will become your prison.
I believe every word.
I see.
Not the organ.
Well, in that case...
Why are you always getting physical with him? Like, what is this tension between you guys?
Do you have what it takes to prove her right?
I guess you'll find out tomorrow.
He has what it takes to make Horikita seem like she's got it figured out. That Sakura's right. Make sense? All right, so if you asked me if anything like substantial came out of this episode, I would probably say no. But I mean, okay, I guess there's a couple things to talk about. First off, I think this is the first time we're seeing the Class C teacher, and he doesn't surprise me at all as the teacher of Class 1C. I feel like he's just as like conniving and like snake-like as the rest of Class 1C. But my thoughts of why the president is here, because the teacher of Class D stated that usually the president doesn't show up in these cases or these discussions, but he decided to come today. Now, originally I thought, okay, maybe he wants to see how well his sister acts under pressure, right? See how Horikita is actually holding up. But after that conversation at the very end, I'm starting to think that the only reason why the president decided to show up is to kind of see what Ayano Koshi's angle is. I feel like he's a lot more interested in Ayano Koshi than he is his own sister. And with the whole discussion, I mean, like, a lot of the things both sides are saying kind of made sense in like just a discussion, I guess would be. But like if you would compare that to like a legal, like a courtroom, stuff like that, none of them really had any good evidence as to any of their claims. I mean, Sakura had evidence to back up the story that she was there at the time, but that evidence was not good enough to accuse the people of Class C as the ones who started the fight. Now, of course, with all the injuries Class 1C students have, they can kind of plead like the victim. But other than that, there's no clear evidence. It's just trying to logically think through these things as to like, oh, why they bring 3 people in here when they expected to just talk and you know, stuff like that. So where I am surprised that the president brought up expulsion as one of the things that could happen, because I don't think he's actually going to expel any of them. Because I feel like that's just a ludicrous punishment for something that no one has any evidence for. I do think he is bringing up expulsion so that both sides can further dig and find out like who's actually telling the truth and who's not. But anyways, that was my reaction to Classroom of the Elite Season 1 Episode 5. If you like my reaction, make sure to like and subscribe. If you guys want to know anything more, put in the comment section down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.